Is that the way the camera usually is? Yeah? Okay. You'd think after like 500 videos I'd have this down.
Oh, gather round, ye mortals born from mist and brine and tales untold, where canvas breathes and colors flow. Welcome to painting blue. Tobias perch upon the dong, it must be rung. For chibi charged and songs be sung. No timid brush, no timid crew. We paint like thunder splitting through. He's defender who half divine, born of ink and turpentine. Samurai heart with Irish grin, lets the living ether in. He doesn't plan, just do don't try. He squints one eye, charge a chi, one fearless stroke, the sky turns blue, and dragons hatch from painting Buck, 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 cock, net nog laid a fortune egg. Open up inside, it says, trust the flow, don't overthink. Follow the ether of ink. Let spirit guide the paw and chi, while Boris grinds ink with teeth. Strike like a tiger, swift and true, just like Garlos would do. Step to the mic, he sets the tone with Mazzo's crisp meatball calzone. Italian gravy, grape drink too, broadcasting live. Microphone is here with you. From Japanese clan, he leads the way with honor. Sharp as katana, spray through stormy doubt and ego stew. He paints the life inside of you. So raise your brush like battle axe. Let go of fear and pigment cracks. Let arrive from cosmic dew and roar it loud.
Painting good! As per usual. Beautiful. Absolutely majestic music. Played by our very own petrified primate. Myro the magical monkey. And if you feeble mortals have any honor in your sacks that you call bodies, you will pay the monkey so he doesn't go hungry. Greetings, my beloved Japanita, and welcome to another glorious episode of Painting Goo with me, your illustrious demi-divine host, Fenderu-sama, demigod for painting goo, and fuck me, it is hot. It's like 30 degrees Celsius, which I do believe is approximately 95 degrees Fahrenheit for you Fahrenheit fags. Oh, it is so hot too. But I love it. It's good. It's very good. And I have excellent news. One of my tomato starts is beginning to sprout. I have named him George, for he is strong. Right. Why is this so far behind? Why? Connection is terrible. Right. If I could put this over there. Why is it buffering? Why am I getting buffs? Why is it buffering? There's no need for buffering. The internet is over there, you fuck. Oh god, look at my face. It is a shiny you. Ah, sweating goo. Excellent for the chi. Yes, but not all day. Especially when you're like, I'm not even gonna try and stay in character today. Fuck that shit. I can feel my throat is slightly acidic and raw. Yeah, fuck. I'm not even gonna attempt to maintain the voice today. My throat's a little bit raw. He says as he's about to spark a cigarette. Oh fuck! It's so warm. So fucking warm. But yes, one of my tomato starts has sprouted. Teeny tiny little thing. We only started off with a row of 4 facing the window. And it was like maybe a week ago. And we have our first sprout. The one on the far right. The only one. So I called him George, for he is strong. And I was urging the rest of them to be more like George. But it really is, it's when you get that first moment of like something green coming out of the dirt after putting like, and it's not like it's a lot of effort, like, you know what I mean? It's just something to be like you have to remind yourself of a new habit where you have to take fucking like 5 minutes to water something every day. And then all of a sudden this little green sprout comes out and you're like, life. I was about to say I've created life, but like not really though. You've just manipulated things that already have the potentiality for life into the circumstances and environment that then creates life. I didn't actually create life. I simply manipulated my environment with my free will in order to create the circumstances for life to breathe. Which is still cool, but it's not the same as creating life. You hear me? You science fags who think they can create things. You create nothing. Inventing something, that's different. But you create nothing. Everything has already been created. You simply manipulate resources, materials, combinations of things. You manipulate. That's why I'm big, like, I subscribe to the alchemical side of things. That's why I'm not religious. I do attempt to be disciplined, but religious? Fuck that. Please excuse me while I descend into proper pedigree posture. Not surprised that the stool is smooth. Everything is sweating, and therefore has an added layer of lubrication. Okay. You're just jealous you haven't caught up with proper measurements in your archaic paddy bog ways. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. It's so much simpler to just use the thing that you were raised with. Now, granted, you could argue, whether a certain framework of measurements are more efficient or easier to use if you were to begin learning both of them at the same time or some shit like that, like like multiplications and so on and so forth, base 12 or base 16 versus base 10, and centimeters and meters versus inches and feet. Although I always found it funny that is it exactly 3 foot to a meter, or is it just approximately? I suppose all of them would be approximations, but all of it is subjective, really, isn't it? Because like somebody just like decided this is a centimeter, this is an inch, this is what do you guys have that's smaller than an inch? You guys just do fractions of inches, don't you? Which I suppose is all right, like, but it's the whole millimeter, centimeter, meter. I find it like so easy to use. Keeps everything nice and clean and neat, and I like round numbers. The whole thing of like quarter inch. It's the same with ounces as well. Like the way we do. It's a unified system with the whole metric system, because like it also counts for milliliters and liters. Everything's just like a flat rate, like, which works when you're trying to make everything like neat and tidy. It also is easier to, it's well, not easier, it's quicker to consciously calculate things like that, in my opinion, because it's just like, when you get into the whole thing of like a third of an ounce, a third of an inch, a quarter of an inch, like that's like you'd want to be accurate, and when everything is just in between 1 and 10 or 1 and 100. Plus the fact that all of our measuring tools have both, typically. Inches on one side of the ruler, millimeters and centimeters on the other side of the ruler. Both have their merits. But isn't calling the metric system archaic like literally wrong? You fool. Isn't the metric system newer? Yeah, the metric system is younger. So wouldn't it be you that hasn't caught up yet? Tuegro. How are you, Tuegro? I'm not doing the voice today. My voice is a bit raw. Hotu weatheru is perfect for tomato. Yeah, like it's fucking it's fun. It's cool seeing the first little thing sprouting from the dirt. I've yet to see anything from my beds. But we did them like a few days later, so we'll see what happens. And I've had to water them in the evening because it's been so hot. Because like the where I have the bed is like the sun directly hits it for most of the day, which is great. But also, you don't want to fucking burn anything. But then again, there isn't actually anything there with leaves yet. And I think that's how you burn stuff, is like if there's like water sitting on the leaf, and then the sun will like burn the plant or the leaf or the stem or whatever. It's still just dirt. So I've been trying to keep it like very saturated. And then it does quickly dry out again. Like, it's been so fucking warm. You mean this fly here? You bitching about the fly? Yeah, because there's a fly right here. That's the one thing. Well, it's not the one thing, but like out of a few things that I prefer about the winter months, no flies. Goddamn flies. Ugly little fuckers. Annoying. And dumb as fuck. Don't water in hot sun. Try to use water that's not ice cold. Water early AM or late evening. Yeah, I've been doing it in the evening, yeah. I've been doing it in the evening. So I'll keep you updated on the grow. like I said the other day in the video, like we only have lettuce and tomato so far. I have to get more dirt. I think I'm going to get my planting box situated this weekend and begin planting my sprouts. Got tomatoes, cucumbers, lettuce. Cucumbers! You blasphemer. And Brussels sprouts. Ugh. Brussels are alright. I typically only have them with like a Christmas meal or something like that. Like I'm not big on them. Cucumber though. Ugh. Although having said that, I really do like pickled gherkins, which are cucumbers, aren't they? Aren't pickled gherkins just pickled cucumbers? Printer Bear Summer. Glorious time of the year. Oh, it's fucking what, like winter or summer? I rub flies with gravy so good. Flies with gravy? You mean fries with gravy? Fuck it. And what do you guys consider gravy? Like what's because like we'd call it curry. We typically wouldn't have gravy on our stuff unless you go to KFC or something. We have like curry and then like garlic mayonnaise. Like those are the two things you'd have in like a takeaway or something like that. Like taco sauce, thank you. Yeah, taco's another one, yeah. Taco sauce, garlic mayonnaise, ketchup, obviously, barbecue sauce. We typically don't have gravy though. Burger sauce, which is very similar to taco sauce.
Yeah, but it's the same. Taco sauce doesn't have gherkins in it.
Taco sauce doesn't have gherkins in it? Alright, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm staying away from mayonnaise, eggs, and chicken for a few weeks to see, because my neck was like completely clear of all like cysts and boils and stuff there recently. I'm pretty sure it's the mayonnaise. I'm pretty sure it's like that pasteurized shit that really fucks with my system. Just gonna have to eat nothing but fish and red meat, which I'm okay with, but chicken, losing chicken's a bitch. Especially because it's cheap and readily available for the most part. Like, it's funny, I've always been quite like, if I'm to be optimized biologically, it's very expensive, which I suppose is on purpose. I wouldn't be surprised if they made me allergic to chicken and eggs when I was a kid, like, with all that shite they inject you with. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if I was just one of those kids that got like inflicted with like a mild allergy to certain proteins or hormones or something. But then I also wouldn't be surprised if it's simply the process in which they process all the meat. Like, you ever see those videos where they inject all the water into shit? Like, it's fucking disgusting. Growing season, yeah, like don't get me wrong, I love spring, I love summer, it's fucking great. Like, but the bugs are the one thing. I know, well, not even bugs. I like bugs. I like ladybugs. I like aphids. I think they're like a fantastic green color. I like spiders. I think they're cool. Like there's loads of stuff that I love about bugs, but flies. I mean, like flies, fucking interact with shit. Like, you know what I mean? So like, they're a foul little creature. Necessary, obviously, because they get rid of they help get rid of the shit and break it down and stuff. But like, it's one of those things where it's like, if you're talking about something that you actually enjoy interacting with, like fucking like, don't ladybugs like eat the dead flesh off you, which is like they like clean you and stuff. Sort of heard anyway. Whether that's true is another thing. It's one of those things about being alive in our current timeline, is trying to fucking like mosquitoes. Thankfully mosquitoes aren't like a big issue here. That actually reminds me, fucking, just like the like you saying mosquitoes and then me thinking, hi Scousbear. You mentioning mosquitoes and then me thinking of like malaria and people getting ill just reminded me earlier on. So I was in Kickham earlier on for a little bit, and I was trying to do so I'm doing a white mural under the black one I did. So the black one's on the white wall, and I'm going to do a white one under the black one. Is kind of the whole like as above, so below, but not really considering they're like slightly different. But that still kind of holds up because it's not like a tree looks like the roots, that kind of thing. And it's not like white looks like black. But the fucking masking tape was peeling the black paint off, and it wasn't really adhering to the black paint as well. It's like and it's the first time I've ever done a white transfer because I'm transferring onto black. And like I could have done it with graphite, but it would have been a bitch to see the fucking stuff, like, you know. So I did it with a white chalk pencil. It's looking good so far, but I only got like the top left hand corner of it done today. But anyway, I was in Kickham doing that, and then when I left, I was walking past a shop like 200 feet to the right of Kickham on my way home, called O'Dwyer's. It's like a hardware store, basic home goods and stuff like that. And I see this ambulance, and there's like, you know, two paramedics, male and female, right outside the store. And then I look down at the ground, and there's this guy being held down like this in like in the pharaoh position with his like hands crossing his chest. And there's this big like dude in his 50s or something, like big guy, you know, like grey hair. That's why I assume he was like, he looked a bit, he was an older gentleman. But he's just like sitting on this guy, holding him, like, you know. And I was like, what's going on there? And like I wasn't like in the mood, and I had shit to do to, like, you know, stop and like have a look or whatever, so I was just walking through. But the quick glance that I had at him, the guy that was like being held down was just like like, so he didn't look ill, like, it didn't look like there was something wrong with him in the sense of like he was having a medical emergency. I think he was just like off his face on drugs and drink or something. And I just had that thought. I was just like, oh, you know, just another day in Tipperary. Let me see. Okay, I missed some of the. I try them oven roasted with bacon and maple syrup, and you'll never want them any other way. Oh, fucking Sprouts. That does sound nice. That does sound nice. In all fairness, that does sound nice. Like a bit of some bacon lardons and maple syrup and all, like with some salt on top and shit. Like, yeah, that sounds nice. It's not that I don't like Sprouts, but when you're a kid, like, you know, like there's loads of things you don't like. And then later on, I haven't had them enough to be like, no, yeah, like they're not something I would like actively pick out, like, unless, like I said, I was doing like a Christmassy style meal. There's like roast potatoes, mashed potatoes, gravy, Sprouts, turkey, ham. They go well with stuff. I'll give you that. They go well with stuff. When it comes to greens, I'm very partial to spinach, scallions, broccoli, green beans. That's all I can think of off the bat. 93 degrees Fahrenheit here yesterday. Broke record by 1 degree. 93 again today and tomorrow. Yeah, like we haven't had a few days this hot in a while. From my own memory, I can't remember the last time it, like, I think it peaked at 30 degrees yesterday and today, which is pretty much the same with you guys. Because I looked at the converter and it was like 27 in the room, which equated to around 85 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. So yeah, you're talking about 90 degrees Fahrenheit here. It's fucking warm, like, fucking warm. Well, not warm. It's hot. It's hot. Then pattern change with severe chances increasing through June. Yeah, like I have a feeling that we're going to get like a fucking like an Irish version of a monsoon season or something, because typically what happens on this island is like if it does get really warm, it's then followed by like thunderstorms, which I love. I fucking love thunderstorms. I love it when it like absolutely lashes out of it, like, and then you get a bit of thunder. Made with flour and fat drippings. The gravy? Yeah, that sounds nice. So it's like a beef. It's like a beef gravy. Yeah, that does sound nice. Yeah, we don't really have an equivalent of that here. Again, unless you go to KFC or something, because they have their own gravy or whatever. And I do like it. I've had it like I've had KFC like 5 times in my life or something. And when I had the gravy on the chips and the chicken, I was like, oh, this shit's nice. But yeah, typically we have like a mild curry, like a mild green curry. It's typically thick, and they use ketchup as a base for that, as far as I'm aware. And then we have like things like barbecue sauce, mayonnaise, garlic mayonnaise, taco, burger sauce. It's so annoying that like my neck kind of started to show signs of fucking getting those lumps again the past couple of weeks, because like I was really enjoying the tuna and mayo sandwiches that I was making for myself. But I'll probably just have to switch out for something else. Nothing worse than a dry sandwich, you know? You need a bit of sauce in that bitch. You don't have you don't have a fly problem, you have a frog deficiency. Get back to snake termination to increase frogs. Yeah, we don't have a lot of frogs here. We do have some. But yeah, no snakes kind of sucks, alright. I'd love a snake. I'd love a python. Did you guys watch that video that I dropped in the Painting Goo chat and Telegram? It was fucking some Malaysian guy picking out cobras for a show. Oh my god. The fucking, like, the level of, like, forget nerves of steel. You're talking nerves of, like, solid fucking, like, titanium or some shit. Like, the dude is, like, the comments were hilarious. It's like, if the snake bites this guy's balls, it's going to lose its teeth. Just being Irish. What about just being Irish? Don't you dare say negative things about being Irish. That's my job. 33 here. It's 33 where you are? Fuck. Yeah, it has. I think it peaked at 30 for us. The zombie apocalypse could kick off in your town, and it would still seem like a normal one. Yeah, for the most part, it wouldn't be that much of a change, to be quite fucking honest, really. To be quite honest. Right, we've got new tunes. Now, it is jazz, so we'll have, bear with me, because I'm not really a fan of jazz either, to be honest. But we'll see. An Irishman that likes snakes, how dare you? Yeah, well, I don't think I'm, genetically speaking, like, completely Irish. And definitely, culturally speaking, I'm very Americanized because of the way I grew up, like. But it is funny, alright. This is fucking lounge music. This isn't jazz. This reminds me of like those happy montages in Disney movies. The guy on the sidewalk was just being Irish. How dare you? You're not completely wrong, though. In all fairness, I've seen some fucking obscene behavior over the years. Like, when I initially saw him, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I looked down, he's just like, like, and
And he had those like stereotypical tattoos that look like he's been to prison or some shit, like, you know. He had drug addict forearm tattoos. I am fucking sweating. Like I can feel it rolling down my back just sitting here painting. Like that's it. Like that's how fucking hot it is right now. Like not even. I'm doing one of the least physically demanding tasks. Fucking sweating. We could probably go a bit lighter with that blue actually. Oh, the fly has entered the chat. There you little fucker. Where are you? Slice them in half anime style on live on stream. Oh my god, it's so hot. Oh, Grifu-sama! Where have you been? This is your avatar. Well, it's the first iteration of your avatar. Depending on how this turns out, or if you don't like it, we'll try again like we did with Stabaru-sama. But I'm quite liking how this one's turning out. Before you ask, yes, I made Nova Jean like really big because I kind of turned her into like a battle beast to accompany you on your travels. I thought it would fit the theme of Paint Ingu and the characters we've been doing so far to kind of like exaggerate some of your qualities. So your beautiful doggo is about 5 times her usual size. Perfectly suited to guard the produce as you travel from point to point. Just had a thought there actually. We could put it in the Paint Ingu lore that Grifu-sama is the one who like delivers the goo to the village when we need more goo. What do you typically transport, Griff? Or do you just drive trucks around because you're that American? Nigga just drives trucks to different locations and just stands there looking exceedingly American. gets paid by the government to do it. Like, oh my god, I could just feel the sweat dripping down my back right now. What the fuck, like? Put on hold telephone music. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. It's elevator music. Yeah, when did I step onto an elevator? The suicide hotline is busy. Please wait for the next available agent to assist you. We're sorry. We're too busy to talk about your existential life crisis right now. Please enjoy the sultry tunes. We'll be with you as soon as possible. Try not to kill yourself in the meantime. That would be exceedingly counterproductive. Was dirt now metal parts for Volvo trucks? Cool. Asphalt for a few years. It is. It's very nice music. It's very nice. It's like the type of music you would have in like a Final Fantasy bar or something. Like if you like walk into some of those levels in Final Fantasy, or a lot of Japanese JRPGs. You like walk into a fucking like an area with no enemies, and it's like pure chill, you know. If this is considered jazz, then I don't mind jazz, but like, to me this is just nice, relaxed music, like, with somebody playing the saxophone. FYI, the villagers have not yet awoken. I told you to use a small dose. Oh, damn it, Stabber-Usama. You know, some of the kids might be dead now. Scagnetti's day off. He's just like walking, he's walking through like Central Park, just watching crimes happen and not doing a thing about them. It's like, nope, not today. Like, literally watches somebody get mugged and it's just like, ah. Like, I love my days off. Oh, excuse me. Okay. I'll make this paler again now that we have a blue background. It's funny, like, you probably don't, obviously you probably don't have the same freedom in a sense with oils because they take time to dry and stuff. But then once they're dry, you can just go over it, like you just have to wait. But that's what I love about acrylics, especially opaque acrylics, is you could just paint something and then be like, nah, and then just paint over it. It's so handy. Fuck Photoshop. Who needs Photoshop? Deep, sultry radio voice. You're listening to The Art of Chill. Sit back and relax while we paint your troubles away. Uh-oh. The dogs are starting to gnaw at Koji's legs. So not only did you overdose the villagers with the opium solution, but you forgot to feed the dogs? Do I have to do everything on fucking painting your island? Like, seriously? Yeah, like, maybe I'm wrong, but I wouldn't even class this as jazz. This is like I'm waiting in a dentist's office.
It was a beautiful, hot Tuesday midday in Tipperary. I'd spent the last 2 hours chalking up the second mural. First time I did a white one. Giggity. Upon exiting, I realized there was an ambulance to the right of me. I thought to myself, another one? How many old people are gonna die in this town? As I got closer, the music in my head became slightly more sinister. I looked down. I saw a zombie. Then realized it was just Frank. That tattooed, drug-rattled fuck. God damn it, Frank. It's not even 6 o'clock in the evening yet. You could have at least checked on them when you were mowing the grass. You ask too much of me, Stabarusama. I have to clean the toilets. I have to keep the place painted. Nailed down in case we have another earthquake. You and me are going to have another meeting about responsibilities on the island. I see more scars in your belly in your future. The playlist ramps up as it goes on.
sidewalk shine. Left the rush and the race down mine. Found a road with a morning breeze, and the earth still listens when you plant it. I traded steel and stone for open land. Put dirt on my boots and callous hands. Watch my children learn what growing means from the work you do in the in-between. It's a quieter kind of wealth I hope. The life well learned is better than gold. Sun comes up on a weathered field. Every lesson honest, every promise real. They learn that nothing good comes fast. The roots grow deep when you make things last. I traded steel and stone for open land. For dirt on my boots and callous hands. Watch my children learn what growing means.
Ah, Deforio, welcome up.
Very in between.
Can someone at least stand behind me with a katana as per tradition this time? Watch, the gods won't around once again. Every time we get someone to stand behind you as your second, it doesn't go well. It just ends up being messier. And you don't die anyway. There's way more blood to clean up. If any of the kids see it happening. I mean, have you any idea how traumatized half the island is at this stage? The amount of times I've had to explain why you can't die and why we keep trying to kill you.
Soft as the evening slows, from vines we tended the simple wine. Proof that love proves with time. I traded steel and stone for open land. For faith, for family, for a helping hand. Every harvest feels like borrowed grace. Every child grows strong in a natural place. If this is all I ever own, I'm rich as any king on a throne. Just soil and stars and a grateful song. Thankful for the gifts that carried us along.
It's pretty close, actually. Yeah, I like it. It's very nice. Super chill. It's my BO, isn't it? You said it, not me. Put that in the record. Somebody scribe that on a scroll somewhere. You finally figured it out. All that maple syrup has gone from sweet to foul. I mean, it's taken you long enough. There's a reason I keep handing out pegs. But we love you. And your music. And your ability to deal violence when needed. So we put up with it. We have limited resources on the island. I'm trying to stay away from things like, metal particulates and sprays and stuff like that. So it's hard to find a soap that will tackle such a scent, Agreed, Scouse Bear. Agreed. It's fucking hot. Oh, it's fucking hot. It's nice though. You'll be missing it when it's gone. They always do. It's only 77 where you are? Lightweight. It makes me take showers instead of baths. Yeah, tell me about it. I went through 3 t-shirts yesterday. Jesus.
believe it is time for phrase of day. Right. The help of my feathery friend Tobias Speakers Cross, we shall announce today's phrase of day.
With a ding of my tiny donga, with a mighty songa, I send cleansing vibrations through the interwebs to cleanse you filthy mortals of your dirty, filthy chi, and allow it to flow freely as I announce today's phrase of the day.
Right, today's phrase of the day is as follows. The apex predator of India is the common locomotive. Not so much a phrase as a factoid. You're slipping again, Desmond-Usama. Sarcastic phrases, phrases that aren't phrases, they're more like factoids. You're slipping again. You've been spending too much time slaying yokai and making soup, which I know is a necessity, but so is the phrase of day. Yeah? We need strong, intelligent, slightly humorous phrases. Not factoids. As humorous as that factoid is, it's not really a phrase. But I'll allow it. I'll allow it. I'm just going to sit here and fan myself before I pass out. It's so hot. Right. Your face is a factoid. Just use rock. Is that rocks and garlic? Or gasoline? It is very true, though. It definitely is a true factoid. Apex predator in India is the common locomotive. Why do they do that? I mean, apart from the low IQ and sense of self-preservation. I mean, don't get me wrong. It looks like fun.
I'm getting feel good, happy fucking montage Disney vibes. Which is not a bad thing. Why did the end of that one remind me of Super Mario Sunshine? That isn't a bad thing either. Is this music Django Reinhardt? It's probably, yeah, it probably sounds like it. It's AI. They're all AI. Which is still wild to me. gypsy jazz. Yeah, I can hear the gypsy in it, alright, yeah. Now it sounds like a chase scene from Lupin 3. Yeah, I like it. I'm more of a Django Fett guy. Gay? FYI, you can use this music to track small hat behaviors. If you see someone hand drumming to this tune, they just be... It does sound like I'm up to something. I'm up to something whimsical yet criminal.
cigarette goes swirl in the night, dancing like devils in pale moonlight. A glass half empty, a heart half full, every chord a whisper, every thought a pull. Strings hum low like secrets told. The fire's out, but the room stays cold. Smoke and shadows, they twist and turn. A love that flickers, a fire that burns in the quiet, where the echoes creep. Smoke and shadows, they steal my sleep. Fingers trace maps of scars unseen, wounds of the soul, sharp and keen. The clock ticks loud, a mocking friend. Each moment bends, each moment ends. The chords bite back, the melody sighs. A gypsy waltz beneath blackened sky.
How's Gypsy Bear? Is he still in the Legends shop? Django Reinhardt only had a few fingers but could play the feck out of the guitar. Why did he only have a few fingers? What did he do? Just a Frankie Four Fingers situation, like. He believed a voodoo man who told him it'd grow back a little bigger if he cut it off. Like that text I sent you about the leprechaun. Oh god.
Ordinary, just for the people. The rhythm and the pavement, the groove and the everyday. Nothing fancy, just the movement. It's for the souls in the lobby. It's for the late night walk. Simple, steady, ordinary. Just for the people. Yeah, yeah. They say don't look a gift horse in the mouth, but you zoom in, you pixel peel the promise. You drag the waveform wider than the truth. You want silk from static, gold from glitch. You call it taste. They call it a beggar's choice. You sift through the slop like a saint in the gutter, scrolling for diamonds in digital clutter. Every beat's almost, every hook's not quite. You're chasing perfection in fluorescent light. Your standards tall, your patience thin. A masterpiece must let you in. You won't settle for almost fire. If it don't spark, you lift it higher. You want the shimmer without the seam, the velvet coat behind the screen. No rough edges, no surprise, just heaven formatted to your size. So beggar's choice, velvet voice, demanding heaven from the noise. You want the crown without the thorn, a flawless trap, divinely born. No beggar's choice, poised in coy, turning data into joy. If it ain't transcendent, you delete. Searching for the perfect beat. You tweak the tempo, trim the air. Too much soul, you leave it there. Too much shine, you dim the gloss. Every flow's a fatal loss, but genius hides in messy lines, crooked hooks and offbeat rhymes. Still you screw with sharpened ear. Perfection's always almost here. You don't want average, you want immortal. You don't want good, you want forever. From an engine that never sleeps. How romantic. Oh, beggar's choice, tender voice, turning one into a noise. You'll find your anthem in the end when you let the edges bend. Even diamonds start as dirt.
Super fucking chill. Super chill.
It's not what I was expecting at all. Really chill.
What's my purpose? Stuck in a loop. My love is work itself, brings joy. Can't all be gold. Just trying to find that solid flow. Am I here to serve or be served? Respect ain't coming easy. Gotta be earned.
Get up, they say, each and every single solitary day. Finding motivation through the darkness and labor station. Station, a funny word. Belongs to a train, stopped from motion. Not a man who works with his hands, toiling in the pit for a little scratch. Gonna find that reason, find that purpose. God gave me 2 hands, and I'm gonna use them. If it breaks me in half, I'll keep marching. Take the abuse, take the starching. Oh, you say you got no foot to stand on. Just quit while you're ahead. Find a quiet path to land on.
Well, I ain't no plane, a jet or prop. I make my way whether you like it or not. Son, Fox told you once if he told you twice. The Delta's way is one of service and strife. A hard day's labor, traded for a contented life.
What you gonna do when life beats you down? Give up, give in, wear the gamma secret crown. It once was said by a perfect man. You wanna follow my way, then pain you know. The straight and narrow, ain't no picture show. But with pain comes learning, with mistakes you may find a little knowledge, some wisdom, a solid lifeline.
So some days may hurt, pain, you'll come to know well, but your skin will grow thicker. You'll have a story to tell, and in the end, when it's all said and done, maybe he'll whisper, you did your best, my son.
Now, don't think of this as a cautionary tale. It's your life to live, so live it well. Live, laugh, love the true, beautiful. And when I'm gone from this realm removed, maybe they'll say that Delta was one of the good few. That Delta was one of the good few. That Delta was one of the good few. That Delta was one of the good few.
What's my purpose? A purpose. Stuck in the loop. My lover's work itself brings joy. Can't all be gold. Just trying to find that solid flow. Am I here to serve? Be served. Respect ain't coming easy. Gotta be earned.
Get up, they say, each and every single solitary day. Find that motivation through the darkness in labor station. A funny word belongs to a train. Stop from motion, not a man who works with his hands. Toiling in the pit for a little scratch. Wanna find that reason, find that purpose. God gave me 2 hands, and I'm gonna use them. If it breaks me in half, I keep marching. Take the abuse, take the starching. Oh, you say you got no foot to stand on. Just quit while you're ahead. Find a quiet path to land on. I ain't no plane, a jet or a prop. I'll make my way, whether you like it or not. Fox told you once, if he told you twice, the Delta's way is one of service and strife. A hard day's labor trading for contented life. What you gonna do when life beats you down? Give up, give in, wear the gamma secret crown. It once was said by a perfect man. You wanna follow my way, then pain you know. The straight and narrow ain't no picture show. But with pain comes learning, with mistakes you may find a little knowledge, some wisdom, a solid lifeline.
So some days may hurt,
pain you'll come to know well. But your skin will grow thicker. You have a story to tell. And in the end, when it's all said and done, maybe he'll whisper, you did your best, my son. Now, don't think of this as a cautionary tale. It's your life to live, so live it well.
We're getting there. Almost there.
Black Delta was one of the good few. Black Delta was one of the good few. They say each and every single solitary day, finding their motivation through the darkness and labor station. A funny word belongs to train, stop from motion. Not a man who works with his hands, toiling in the pit for a little scratch, for a little scratch. Gonna find that reason, find that purpose. God gave me two hands and I'm gonna use them. If it breaks me in half, I'll keep marching. Take the abuse, take the starch and all you say. You got no foot to stand on, just quit while you're ahead and find a quiet path to land on. I ain't no plane or jet or prop, I'll make my way whether you like it or not. Sunbox told you once if he told you twice. The Delta's way is one service and strife. A hard day's labor traded for a contented life. You tweak the tempo, trim the air. Too much so you leave it there. What you gonna do when life beats you down? Give up, give in. Where they gonna stick a crown? It once was said by perfect man. You wanna follow my way, then pain. You'll know the straight and narrow ain't no picture show. But with pain comes learning, with mistakes you may find a little knowledge, some wisdom, a solid lifeline. So some days may hurt, pain you come to know well, but your skin will grow thicker. You'll have a story to tell, and in the end, when it's all said and done, maybe he'll whisper, you did your best, my son. Now, don't think of this as a cautionary tale. It's your life to live, so live it well, live, laugh, love, good, true, beautiful. When I'm gone from this round remove, maybe they'll say that Delta was one of the good few.
Right.
What's my purpose? The purpose? Stuck in a loop. No, Bubba's work itself brings joy. Can't all be gold. Just trying to find that solid flow. Am I here to serve? I'll be served. Respect ain't coming easy.
My beloved Japanita, that is all I have time for today. If you haven't already, strike that right button like it has insulted your mother. Huh?
I hope you've enjoyed today's painting, Goo. I enjoyed painting for you. And fucking philosophizing and talking a load of shite.
Woo.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. If you haven't paid for painting, Goo, pay for painting, Goo. Or you have no honor, and your ancestors will shame you from the great beyond and turn in their grave and show you their ass. And fart at you. I hope you've enjoyed today's painting. I enjoyed painting for you. And fucking philosophizing and talking a load of shit.
Sayonara,
I hope
my
you
beloved
enjoy the
Japanita.
rest of your evening.
And to the rest of you filthy mortals, Swiner,
Painting, Goo.
I bid you goodbye. And pay for painting you. If you have any honor, I will see you soon. Be good, be true, and be beautiful.
I hope you've enjoyed today's painting, Goo. I enjoyed painting for you. And fucking philosophizing and talking a load of shite. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.